Welcome back, people. We will be discussing Reggae Boyz' new head coach, Steve McCLAREN. The big question is, since coming in the job, is he really good? Is he bad? Is he indifferent? What's really happening? Are you feeling the vibe? Are you feeling the buzz? Are you seeing positives? Are you seeing more negatives? What's really happening? That's what this video is about. His tenure since joining the Reggae Boyz job as becoming the new head coach of the Jamaica men's national team. So welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. We thoroughly appreciate it. We have to do the YouTube stuff by hitting the like button, the subscribe button. These things, we really appreciate it if you would most definitely do that. So we can get that out of the way as fast as possible. And we can get to the football discussion. All right, so we're here to discuss Steve McCLAREN. Since his appointment, how well has he done? Is he really living up to his name, living up to the words that he spoke on his first press conference? That's what we're going to touch into this time around. So, as I said, hopefully you enjoy the show. If not, go in the comment section. Tell me what you disagree with. Tell me some of the stuff you agree with me with. Agree also with. So, we know the thing go. You will find persons coming just to argue, if not anything else. Maybe because they must see the thumbnail, they must see the title, and just like always. Anyways, so far, 4 games played, 2 draw, 2 win, 4 goals scored, and only conceding 1. So during that duration, we played against Honduras twice, Nicaragua, and Cuba. Now, we're not going to look on FIFA ranking. We won't look on FIFA ranking here because sometimes FIFA ranking is farce. Football play on the day most of the time. Well, every time. Every time football is played on the day. And it depends on which team turn up. So we can do analysis of each game. We can look at each game. Then now we can say that based off how the game panned out, what was the result. All right, so his first game in charge, clear and obvious, we can talk about some of the stuff that we saw in his first game. The first game that he had in charge was Jamaica versus Cuba. And one of the games that we have had the most possession in ever, I can recall in our football game. 73%. I didn't know Jamaica could retain that much possession. We created 3 big chances, even though we ended the game with a total of 21 shots. We basically put them to the sword. Unfortunately, we weren't able to, just... We weren't able to, with the sword, we weren't able to, that's all. Yeah, we weren't able, we put them to the sword, but we weren't able to just. Anyways, but for the first game, there were some clear things that we saw in the game. 1, we looked to be keeping possession. 2, we looked to be shooting from all angles. 3, our attacking looked a bit more free, and we saw a bit more fluency in that. Fine. Now, it was the first game. Rightfully, it was Cuba. Rightfully, Cuba came for the draw. Rightfully. So it's all right. Very, very hard to really come to a conclusion just by that one game. Second game, Honduras. Honduras away. Remember that, people. Honduras away. We knew this is going to be a tough game. We know it will be a tough game. We started to play some football. A little bit of possession. Not the most, a little bit of possession, playing the ball around, creating chances. Even though Honduras had more of the possession, Honduras, they weren't really breaking us down. One thing was evident in that game though, and I saw it in a few other games, was the opportunities that we gave them. We gave them some opportunities down the middle of the park. We touched on that a little bit further down. So during that Honduras game, we scored The game to and from, a little bit open, a little bit more open. As I said, we're now playing more attacking football. It's a little bit open. We got the results in a tough environment. All them factors, we got the result. We won the game 2-1. Leave Honduras, done with it, shake off a hand, say, all right, fine. Next international camp again. Now we move from that international camp to the more recent one now. We'll play Nicaragua and Honduras again in the second leg. Oh, Honduras is the toughest, how should I say, second toughest team in the group. We end up playing them twice. So, down Nicaragua, environment, turf surface, all of these things, despite all of those factors, we still came away with the victory. And Nicaragua had a lot of shots, as I said, again, through the middle of the park. No, I understand that. We'll touch on that a little bit later. But we got the result. We got the desired result. 2 away from home again, getting result away from home. Come back at home, play against Honduras and draw. So apparently we need to fix we need to fix the home record. But so far, so good. It's not a bad look. It's not a bad look. 4 games, 4 goals, 1 goal conceded, 2 wins, 2 draw, 3 clean sheets. 3 clean sheets. Despite how the midfield look, 3 clean sheets. What's that saying though? What is that saying? No, we have to factor in the opponents, yes, but we have to play the teams in front of us. So some of the stuff, I'm going to list out some of the stuff. I have my list here that we have seen so far since the appointment of Steve McCLAREN and the team. We are now playing a bit more attacking football. No, we're playing way more attacking football compared to what we were used to under Al Grimson. Now, I would understand the reason why Al Grimson played a lot more defensively. We're now playing with a higher line as well. We usually play our line under Al Grimson was on the 18-yard box or just above the 18-yard box. No, our line is on the center circle or in the middle of the center circle. Sometimes they push over into the opponent's half. But basically, technically, I say our line is half line. But we know now when to drop off to a mid-block or go back into our eye line. So technically, we're playing eye line, mid-block. Mid-block sometimes, eye line sometimes. Mid-block versus based off of the opponent, eye line based off the opponent, which I think is good. It's a tactical deviation compared to what we were under Al Grimson, where just one style of play, one way we approach a game. So McCLAREN would have already shown that he has the tactical prowess to get certain games over the line. Now, secondly, we have a lot more possession. We're now possessing the ball more. And not just more, we're possessing it better. Now, sometimes it looks sterile, but sometimes it's patience. Just wait. Moment will appear, the moment will come. Now, in his post-match press conference versus Honduras, he did say that, yes, we're moving the ball slowly, but in the final third, he wants the ball to move. Didn't necessarily get that. So in the build-up phase, it's totally okay for the play to build up slowly. But in the final third, you hit them hard and fast. We didn't necessarily get that last time. But I can definitely say that this is a continuum. We have seen this over the time. Now, we can clearly say that in recent times, when we get the ball in the final third, the speed of play kind of move up a little bit better. But secondly, high-profile players coming in now. I see based off the profile of the coach, we're now being connected to some high-profile player. We see Mason Holgate, a player we're trying to get long time now, coming in. Lewis Baker, name being mentioned. Isaac Aiden, name being mentioned. Mason Greenwood, name being mentioned. So we're now seeing these high-profile players coming in, and we know the connection with McCLAREN and the, should I say, the English players, the players that are playing in England who have dual nationals. Should I say the heritage players? I should say the heritage players. So he has that connection, he has that profile, and certainly players also follow coaches and based off the profile of coaches. And I do think he's off that profile where you see players coming in based off him. Midfield issues. Now, I do think that we still need to sort out the midfield. And one of the reasons why our midfield look like this now, are more exposed, and you can see the blatant issue, is solely because under Al Grimson, we're playing in such a low block. everybody have just bundle up and defend. So you can't really tell. Back then, we were crying out for an attacking midfielder, someone to find those final passes because we were defending well, but we weren't scoring goals. Now that we're scoring goals, we're more attacking. I think we're in the midfield, we don't have that connectivity in the midfield. So that issue still prolongs, but this is not a new issue. This is not a McCLAREN's issue. This is a long-going issue that we have. And you would have seen that he's trying to address that. He brought in Tarek McGee where the creative aspect is concerned, and he brought in also he's looking to bring in Aiden where that is concerned. I would have really saw him bring on Mason Holgate to play in the midfield, which technically probably shed some little light on maybe we might see Mason Holgate sometime down in the future in the middle of the park. But this is just highlighted because now we're playing now a high line and we're playing more expansive and open, so you will see those issues. And once that issue is fixed, I believe that we will significantly be a better team. So that's the reason why I never necessarily say a no to the Isaac Aiden thing, despite my personal views on the situation. Despite my personal views, it's not a no for me. I still want to see him fix that if he has the potential or the capability or the legs at this present moment to play the part. So he also get us qualified for the Gold Cup, which is also a huge positive in his first stage, and he also qualifies for the Nations League quarterfinals, which is also a big deal. Back-to-back Nations League quarterfinals, that is definitely a good position to be in. Stadiums, we can see that fans are returning to the stadium now. It's a good look. I like that. I like the feeling when I'm in the stadium. Despite we get 2 draws so far, can you imagine an almost full stadium and 2-0 draw? Yeah. So despite that, the vibes is coming back. I think quite a few things is happening. So the good vibes coming back. Now, on the final aspect, I don't think everything will be perfect so far. I don't think everything will be perfect at all, but I like what I see so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, and it's a good look. Now, definitely we have a top 2 tough game coming up in November, and that will be his big test. That will most definitely be his the biggest test that he has had, and most importantly, that game was going to showcase what we can do and his tactical prowess. He's going up against a really good coach, a top coach at that as well. So and a big squad. So definitely that would highlight what he can do and whatnot, and how he can progress further with the squad that he has. Now, one thing for sure, I know that the game is going to do. That game is going to showcase to him specifically the areas on the pitch that he will fix. Despite the result, good or bad result, that game will specifically highlight to him the areas that needs fixing. And technically possible the players that he is willing to move on with, and some that he might just have to say, you know what, I'm going to throw the toll on these players. But that's football so far. If me I give my rating out of 10 based off 4 games that he has played so far, I personally think based off everything and all positives so far, I think I'm going to go on 9. Can't complain. The only complaint I can complain is 2 home draw. Game don't go. Yeah, but I can't complain. I'd be really harsh to complain about what I've seen so far. Anyways, big up on yourself, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Tell us what you think in the comment section. Have a wonderful day, people. MG Sports TV are out. God bless. Boom. Now, yo, shalom. God bless.